gentlemen of Bungle. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a great day. Today, we are talking about the STG 45M, the premium squad that you can pick up in the Battle Berlin campaign for the Axis. Now, diving in here with an overview, you may be wondering, how do you get this? Well, you're gonna have to fork out roughly $60 to pick up the Battle Berlin, the offensive bundle, and pick up this German squad that you can use for Germany. Now, moving down to the performance, the real question is here, what does this squad bring to the table? Well, the first thing we need to talk about is that you get 4 assaulters and then you get 1 level 2 engineer. This level 2 engineer can of course build MG emplacements, anti-tank guns, rally points, everything like that, given flexibility to the squad, and it also carries the STG 45M. So basically, like I said, it's a very, very powerful squad, very powerful lineup. Now, when we talk about the STG 45M, the real question is, Bungle, how does this play compared to, let's say, the MP43/1, kind of like the precursor to the STG 44? Well, in my opinion, kind of from my gameplay and playing everything with it, this, for whatever reason, especially being like a later model, like an STG 45, which is, usually in theory, when you're going and having later models or something, they usually improve on kind of like flaws and everything with the previous models. Well, for whatever reason, the STG 45M has a slower fire rate than the MP43/1, and in my opinion, this kind of really does hinder the performance of the gun. The MP43/1 has a really, really insane fire rate. The problem with the STG 45M, however, is that the slower fire rate tends to lead it to losing kind of training engagements, especially against fire fast-turning weapons like a PPSH-41. So that's kind of my biggest gripe with this weapon, is just the slower fire rate kind of is a drawback. It's kind of a downgrade, in my opinion, to an MP43/1, where you notice that when you play the MP43/1, the fire rate's really, really good. You basically can dominate PPSH spam, anything like that. Whereas the STG 45M, slower fire rate, will tend to make you kind of lose engagements, especially against skilled players that are using like a PPSH-41. Now, when we talk about kind of, what does STG 45M bring to the table? Well, you get a 30-round magazine firing a 7.92 times 33mm Kurz round. This round is very, very powerful, just like MP43/1. The only problem, like I said earlier, is that the fire rate kind of tends to decrease its performance and damage output, because when you're trying to engage enemies that have a faster fire rate than you will tend to lose an engagement when it comes down to mere damage per second. Now, when we talk about, is it worth it? Is it worth picking up? Generally, comparing to all the other premium squads that are currently out there and enlisted, especially when we talk about Battle Berlin, yes, you're going to want to get this squad. This is obviously a pay-to-win squad. The STG 45M is not a bad rifle at all. It's actually very, very good, and in premium terms, comparing to other premium weapons like the MP40/1 or the LVL, those type of weapons, the STG 45M just dominates those. The only gripe I really do have with this squad, though, and this is the thing, if you've been playing Enlisted, you have grinded out a lot of content, you will know that the MP43/1 is a faster firing rate weapon, and you know how that performance is, and that downgrade that you're going to get if you go ahead and pick up the STG 45M. If you're a newer player, you're new to the game, you haven't really had that experience yet, you're really not going to notice that much of a difference, and it's still a good squad to pick up and grind. But if you're kind of like me, or you're kind of like nitpicky with your squad layouts and everything like that, and you realize, this slower fire rate's going to cost me to lose some engagement, especially against PPSH-41 spam, this is kind of like, do you really need it in your lineup and everything like that, especially if you have higher end content unlocked. But other than that, if you reached this point in the video and if you're a possible subscriber, well, hope today is the day that you're in your description. Have your sub and mash that like button. It does help me with the YouTube algorithm. Returning sub, returning viewer, let me know your thoughts. Other than that, hope you all have a great day. Take care.